Week's poll was, does the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio of the Western diet matter? Let's talk about what the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio is. In the Western diet, we have a lot of processed and packaged foods. All those foods use really inexpensive seed oils as their fats. Those seed oils contribute polyunsaturated fatty acids, or omega-6s. Omega-6s get broken down into arachidonic acid, AA. Arachidonic acid is then used in the body to create inflammation molecules. But we've talked the last 2 weeks about the inflammation process and the inflammation resolution process. You can go back and watch those 2 weeks of videos. They're very short. But from that research, it was theorized that high amounts of omega-6 compared to omega-3 would provide lots of precursors for inflammation, and the body would have a runaway process. However, that's not true anymore. Research has shown that arachidonic acid from the omega-6s is very tightly controlled in the body. So you can have a lot of omega-6s and the body isn't going to just run away and create inflammation. That's not how it works. A really quick fact about the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio is that there is no authoritative medical organization in the entire world who recognizes it as a thing. They just simply don't believe in it. Guess what we're really only hearing that from is media and wellness experts who don't know how to read research. There has been some recent controversy, though, making it difficult because headlines have shown from some recent research that individuals who have autoimmune diseases or chronic inflammation states like asthma or IBS may have elevated levels of omega-6 in their blood. So, is that causation? Not really. Could it be that those individuals were just predisposed and were going to have it anyway, but these higher ratios may cause a trigger? That does not mean that someone who does not have these conditions would get it because of eating a high omega-6 diet. But because of that little twist, I did have to reach out to someone for a second opinion. They didn't agree to be in this video, but I will mention they're a cardiologist, a medical doctor, a PhD researcher, and the dean of a very well-regarded and influential nutrition program at a university. And what I got was this list of randomized controlled trials and cohort studies. These studies showed in large quantities of individuals, the cohort studies had between 30 to 60,000 individuals, that immune markers like tumor necrosis factor, interleukin-6s, CRP had no elevated status due to large amounts of omega-6. It also showed that PUFAs, or omega-6s, were actually beneficial in reducing all-cause mortality, cardiovascular disease, and diabetes. So what do you do with this information? Well, I do think that the Western diet has a lot of processed shitty food, and we do need to eat whole, real foods, vegetables, meats, and whole grains. But I don't believe that the research is showing us that an omega-6 to omega-3 ratio matters. But you do need both, and you should make sure you're looking for EPA DHA because we don't get enough of that anyway.